Hundreds of animated films have been produced by the Walt Disney Company over the years, but only those produced by the Walt Disney Animation Studios are considered Disney classics. It was founded by Walt and Roy O. Disney in 1923, making it the longest-running animation studio in the world. The studio would produce short cartoons through the 20s and 30s before releasing its first animated movie in 1937 with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Today we will be looking at top 10 worst animated movies. Before we begin, please like and subscribe to our channel. Number 10. Pocahontas, 1995. Pocahontas is an animated movie based on the life of a Native American woman who was prominent in the history of the English settlement in Jamestown, Virginia, in the early 17th century. In the movie, Pocahontas is shown as an independent, strong-willed young woman torn between her love for an Englishman named John Smith and her loyalty to her tribe. Pocahontas has drawn criticism for its romanticization of colonialism, historical inaccuracies, and cultural appropriation. The movie significantly alters Pocahontas' actual story, and it fails to accurately represent Native American history or culture. Number 9. Oliver and Company, 1988. Based on Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist, Oliver is an orphan cat who lives in New York City and is adopted by a band of stray dogs. To pay off a loan shark, he tries to assist them steal for their master, but instead, he is taken in by a lonely, affluent girl. The situation worsens when the loan shark goes after the daughter to demand money since Oliver is torn between two families. The movie underutilizes the animal characters while having some decent music and a good design for fresh York City. But it doesn't add anything new to this timeless story. When it first came out, Don blitzed the land before Time Out traced it in terms of global box office earnings. However, it generated more revenue at home, which contributed to the Disney Renaissance. Number 8. Dinosaur, 2000. Aladar, an iguanodon whose egg was carried far from his nest and adopted by a family of lemurs, is the subject of Disney's first computer-generated dinosaur movie. When he is an adult, a meteor shower destroys their island home, forcing him and the survivors to relocate to the mainland. To go to their nesting place, they join a herd of dinosaurs that is moving through a desolate desert. The trailer for the movie used the first scene of Aladar's egg moving across the landscape. If the rest had been equally gorgeous, people would remember it more fondly. The James Newton Howard score is one of the best in any Disney film, and the CGI still looks good today. Unfortunately, the movie makes a lot of outdated jokes and has a dull plot, leaving viewers wanting more. Number 7. The Three Caballeros, 1944. The United States of America aspired to strengthen its ties with Latin and South America, while President Franklin D. Roosevelt was in office. To help them do this, they hired Disney to produce two movies. In the second, Donald Duck formed the Three Caballeros with the help of the Brazilian parrot José Carioca and the Mexican rooster Pantito Pistols. The movie's substance is a bit of a mixed bag. It's one of the first motion pictures to combine live action and animation, and many of the films are entertaining, especially early on. With the third act delving into Donald trying to make out with human ladies and a weird sequence involving dancing cacti, the movie overstays its welcome and swiftly loses its story's focus. Number 6. An extremely goofy movie, 2000. Characters from the 1995 film A Goofy Movie return in the sequel, An Extremely Goofy Movie. Max, Goofy's son, tries to embrace his independence when he starts college in the movie, but Goofy finds it difficult to let go and get used to life without him at home. While taking part in a college extreme sports competition, Max and Goofy struggle with their relationship and make an effort to get back together. It is recognized as a delightful and humorous movie for kids and families and has garnered primarily positive reviews from critics and fans. It has also drawn a lot of flack for lacking the impact of the first Goofy movie. It fell short of the potential of the franchise and the characters. Number 5. The Black Cauldron, 1985. In this adaptation of Lloyd Alexander's The Chronicles of Prydain Taryn, a young lad dreams of leading a heroic life as a warrior. He loses a prophetic pig to the henchmen of the wicked Horned King one day while thinking. The villain intends to use the pig's abilities to find an artifact that will enable him to call up an army of warriors who have turned evil. This spooky Disney animation was the one that nearly put an end to Disney animation in 1985. Despite having some cult classic status, it has been shortened by 12 minutes, which results in an extremely somber tone, a formulaic story, and an unfocused plot. Because of how awful it was, the Care Bears movie outperformed it at the box office. Number 4. Chicken Little, 2005. The Emperor's New Groove filmmaker brings us the tale of Chicken Little, who was mocked by his neighborhood for believing that the sky was falling. A year later, he joins the baseball team in his hometown and quickly establishes himself as the outstanding player. But as he and his buddies soon find out, he was correct about things falling from the sky. Perhaps Disney's cruelest film to date is Chicken Little, which is still rightfully ranked among the worst Disney productions ever. The locals are cruel to the young man and only tolerate him when he panders to their narcissism. The worst character in the film is his father, who will put his kid in danger to save face, but the plot still wants us to want these two to reconcile. Number 3. Olaf's Frozen Adventure, 2017. The animated musical video Olaf's Frozen Adventure features characters from the popular 2013 film Frozen, most notably Josh Gad's voiced Olaf the Snowman. Olaf sets out on a quest to discover the perfect holiday customs for Anna and Elsa, who are struggling to uphold their family's traditions. Along the voyage, Olaf learns about a variety of Christmas traditions and the importance of creating fresh memories and sharing the holiday with loved ones. The majority of people think the movie is nice and enjoyable. The length of the movie, however, has drawn criticism from both critics and viewers. Some spectators felt that the length of the movie, for a short film, was excessive and diminished their enjoyment of it as a whole. Number 2. Strange World, 2022. Strange World failed to connect with audiences despite its intriguing trailer and impressive voice cast, which included actors like Jake Gyllenhaal and Lucy Liu. The movie takes place in the bustling realm of Avalonia, home to the Clades, a well-known family of explorers. They soon find themselves collaborating to travel to a mysterious area beneath their globe, which contains strange life forms and a resource they require to sustain their daily existence. Disney fans have heard the story's dull and unoriginal plot far too often, despite its well-written characters, magnificent scenery, and stunning animation style. Negative reviews of its narrative have been posted on sites. Number 1. Home on the Range, 2004. Roseanne Barr portrays Maggie, a cow who is sold to a farm after being damaged by legendary cattle thief Alameda Slim. Maggie persuades 2 additional cows to assist her in apprehending the robber and claiming his prize when the sheriff shows up to inform her new owner that she has 3 days to settle her debts or lose her land. They'll get up against the sheriff's horse, who wants to appease his hero, a local bounty hunter, by catching Slim. Home on the Range outperforms other animated movies from the 1990s because to gorgeous animation and the odd catchy tune. However, when compared to Disney, it's a disgrace with lifeless characters, too many jokes about cows, and a plot that tries to be a great Western, but is constrained by Disney officials. That's end for today's video. What do you think about this list? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates.